active week of weather ahead. Nothing that looks overly impactful, but we are going to continue to see off and on rain and snow showers as well as some gusty winds. So wanted to do a quick little YouTube live update, give you a bit of a heads up of what we can expect for the rest of this work week for those weather conditions. So we'll give it about 30 seconds or so, get into this full update, and then we'll go from there. But what I will spin the camera back around is to show you those live conditions across western Montana. Overall, we've been dealing with cloudy skies for most of the day, but the sun is starting to peek out here on our Missoula camera. So getting a little bit of a break from the active weather, at least here in the short term, though. Like I said, this is really just the start of things to come. We're going to continue to have more active weather as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, but especially as we get to the latter parts of this week. So give me just a second. I'll make sure everything's working here behind the scenes, which normally it is, but still just want to make sure I've got all of my ducks in a row back here. Good shape. All right, I think we are looking good right now. So with that, I say let's get started with this update, and we'll give it here just a second. I'm not seeing anybody that's on right now, at least in the indicator up top, that got some viewers, but I'd say let's just get going with this, and then if you happen to catch this later, certainly feel free to watch it later. But right now, we have transitioned from a beautiful weekend, temperatures well above average. We had a cold front slide through western Montana early this morning that brought in cloud cover, but also rain and snow showers, especially for areas west of the divide. And that has led to, again, some minor travel impacts, especially during the morning hours up over Lookout and Lolo passes. Nothing really down in the valleys, just some wet roads here and there. But this is all being driven by zonal flow. We've transitioned from that ridge of high pressure pushing off to the east, more of this west to east flow, and this is just going to bring some weak disturbances through the area, just off and on for the next couple of days before a bigger trough rolls in and starts to bring those better chances of precipitation, especially as we get into, say, Wednesday and Thursday across all of western Montana. So again, going back into those live views of the region, mostly cloudy skies. That is going to be common for the rest of the evening. We have seen some rain showers towards the Missoula Valley, though those have started to push off a little bit further south down into the Bitterroot Valley and then tracking further east in the direction of Butte, but not much has made it out there. Right now, we've got those temperatures ranging from the low 40s to the mid 40s. Overall, that's a consistent trend across the entirety of the region, and this will continue overnight. Tonight, we're going to be looking at those temperatures dropping down into the 20s and 30s for most areas. The first wave of moisture really starting to dissipate at this point. Let me actually, what I'll do, I'm just going to shrink this down really quick. I'm going to pull up radar and show you where that is right now. There we go. You can see this general kind of west to east motion that follows the flow in the atmosphere. But over the last 3 hours, you can continue to see that general diminishing trend, especially on the northern half of this activity, back up from Interstate 90 and north. And I'll stop this, zoom in really quick a little bit further south where we're seeing those rain and snow showers. Light rain, not sure a whole lot of this is actually reaching the surface. We're dealing with a bit of downslope flow coming off of the Bitterroot Mountains, so down towards the I-90 or the US 93 corridor, Stevensville, up towards Florence, Victor, Hamilton, Darby. Some light rain showers will be possible for the next couple of hours. Up at above about 4,000, 4,500 feet, that's where it transitions over to snow into the Bitterroot and Sapphire Mountains, as well as further off to the east, back closer to Interstate 90 here near Deer Lodge, Anaconda, and the Butte areas. Overall, the diminishing trend continues overnight tonight, and like we were looking at those temperatures just a moment ago, 20s and 30s are going to be common. 25 in Bozeman, 27 in Butte, 34 for both Polson and Missoula, 31 in Libby and in Kalispell. Our cool spot, no surprise, West Yellowstone, we're right around the 20-degree mark overnight tonight. Heading on into tomorrow, temperatures generally in the mid to upper 40s across much of the region, though there will be a few area pockets of low 50s, Libby at 50, Deer Lodge and Dillon both at 52 degrees, but 46 for Kalispell, 49 for Missoula and Hamilton, as well as over towards Bozeman. And you see the rain and snow showers. It's a little teeny bit deceiving because it's going to be primarily focused right in this zone from about Thompson Falls, Polson, Missoula, Hamilton, Seeley Lake, Deer Lodge. That's going to be the area where we most likely see those showers. And as we go into Future Tracker, you'll see what I mean. It has the right idea. Few spotty showers here for west central Montana as we go throughout the night, though. Pretty much staying in the higher elevations. It isn't until we get to, say, 2, 3 o'clock you see this next little wave of moisture. There's not going to be a whole lot there. Still dealing with the downslope flow issues towards the Missoula and Bitterroot valleys. A lot of that moisture evaporates down at the valley floors. But as we get into tomorrow morning, this is right around 5 a.m., I think close to the Missoula Valley has the best chance of seeing some of that snow try and mix in. And with those temperatures, again, generally above freezing, this should primarily stay as rain. A few snowflakes may try and mix in, but other than that, not expecting too much. If we are going to see travel impacts, it'll be overnight and into tomorrow morning for Lolo Pass and Lookout Pass as this wave or band of moisture rolls through. Could even see a little bit of that up here towards Marias Pass as well, up and along the divide. But as we get into, say, midday tomorrow, this is looking at lunchtime, noon, same zone, but diminishing shower activity once again, and that trend continues into Tuesday afternoon. Cloudy skies are going to be common overall southwest Montana. We're not dealing with the moisture other than in a very few isolated showers that may try and develop here and there. Then we'll see another wave of moisture start rolling in late Tuesday night and into Wednesday. And this is going to bring most of the activity for northwest Montana. Same as what we've dealt with the last few days. Valley rain, mountain snow showers. This is going to be another window towards Lookout Pass, Marias Pass, where we could see some lighter accumulations. I think Lookout Pass has the best chance to see over 3 inches of snow between now and, say, Wednesday night. And then followed up by Marias and Lookout Pass, or Lolo Passes. That wave of moisture comes through into Wednesday afternoon, starting to diminish in a general sense. Some isolated showers may try and get close to the divide. So down here, direct places like Wisdom, back over towards Wise River, Butte, and then north up towards Helena. And then the focus still going to be in the higher elevations of northwest and west central Montana. But then we get into Thursday morning, and you notice this wider range of moisture back into Washington and Idaho. And that's going to be associated with a stronger trough of low pressure that's going to bring more widespread activity into really areas initially west of the divide, though we will see some of this down into southwest Montana as well. But you notice that general trend all the way through Thursday is rain in our valleys, snow up in our mountains, much like we are seeing right now and will continue to see over the next couple of days. Now, overall, let me jump into the snow level forecast, and this gives you that sense of where those snow levels are going to roughly be for the next couple of days. This may be just a hair low between now and, say, Wednesday morning. This is showing about 3,500 feet. I think it may be closer to 4,000 feet. So most of our mountain passes, actually I'd say all of our mountain passes, this will be a snow event. Valleys, it'll be a rain event, other than maybe in those brief windows during the early morning hours. But as we get into Thursday night and Friday, watch how these snow levels start to fall. And by Saturday, snow levels below valley floors, I say below valley floors, but at valley floors, is expected. And as we move forward, we're not done with the active weather. We're going to see that 50 to 60% chance of showers, again, primarily west of the divide for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday and then lingering into Friday, but then also again Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see those precipitation chances staying on the high side, maybe as high as 70 to 90%. It's likely going to start off as rain, like we were seeing on the snow level forecasts in our valleys. But as we get into Friday and Saturday, that's when those snow levels fall down to valley floors, and we could see at least better chances of that occurring. So this is looking into Thursday morning. This is about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. US 93 corridor, we're talking about rain, snow up in the mountains on both sides, and then also southwest Montana down here towards really between Butte and Bozeman. So this is going to be closer to places like Cardwell, Whitehall, likely looking at rain with snow in the Tobacco Root Mountains, and then all snow down towards West Yellowstone. Continuing this on through the day on Thursday, this may be more of a focus in southwest Montana with the low pressure system tracking further to the south into Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah once again. Just a few spotty, in general, spotty showers northwest, west central Montana, but maybe some moderate precipitation into Thursday night and Friday morning in southwest Montana. And that'll continue on. Friday morning, here's that window where we see those snow levels fall, but you notice really for southwest Montana that snow continues, but it's dissipated in a big way for areas along and north of Interstate 90, west of the divide. Then we get a little, another, spotty round of showers into Friday afternoon. Right now, it does look like Friday, beyond where we are right now, Friday could be the drier day or the driest day between Thursday and next Monday across the area. Then we get into Saturday. Here comes that next wave of moisture. Generally, this is right into the afternoon again, much like we're talking about this week. Valley rain, mountain snow continues. And then Sunday, this one's going to be interesting because it looks very much the same, but this looks to be a more cohesive, wide system, at least on this particular model run. Most of these storms have been relatively disorganized, just looking at spotty showers here and there. But Sundays is the one that has my attention to be maybe a little bit stronger or at worst a little more organized. So that one will have to be one to watch. So we have, 5 to 6 days before we get into that wave of moisture. But you notice how widespread that is. All of western Montana getting involved with some of the shower activity. And then we head into St. Patrick's Day Monday. I know there's a lot of big events going on. We've got parades, including in Butte. Right now, this is looking around 8 o'clock. Let me get to noon when the parade starts. Overall, we're looking at mostly dry conditions right now. That could change, but something we'll have to keep an eye on. I know there's a lot of people that attend that parade, and at least as of right now, it does look like we'll be in between storm systems, so hopefully we continue to see that trend so not everybody who's out there gets completely soaked or buried in snow. And also for people traveling in, it makes it a lot easier for those travel issues as well. One other note with this has been really a focus on the snowfall and the rainfall for the next week, just the scattered showers, the active weather. But wind is also going to continue to be a problem, especially in southwest Montana. Today we saw, in general, gusts 20 to as much as 35 miles per hour, but there were some isolated gusts 40 to nearly 60 miles per hour. Again, focused primarily east of the divide. And as I spin this back around, you'll see this continues to be the case. We're talking winds. This is for southwest Montana specifically, 20 to perhaps as high as 40 miles per hour pretty much every day this week. So certainly hang on to your hats. It's going to be blustery out there. Northwest, west central Montana, I think the winds probably more like that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. So not as gusty by any means. They'll still likely be breezy, but the strongest winds, again, places like Dillon, Ennis, down towards maybe even West Yellowstone. But Dillon and Ennis, Virginia City, those areas specifically have my attention more than anywhere. So I've got one more graphic, but I'm just going to see comments really quick. If you have any questions about the week ahead, the storm system, certainly feel free to ask those. And wherever you're tuning in from, certainly let us know where you're tuning in from. If you've seen a little bit of rain and snow throughout the day, or if you've just been kind of stuck in the clouds, certainly feel free to share that. Let's see. Overall, again, we're looking at the potential for some strong winds. Again, that's going to be southwest Montana, but the active weather, rain, snow showers continuing. Now, like I said, I have one more graphic, and more of it is just a recap of what we can expect for this next work week. For the rest of this evening, overall, diminishing showers and wind is going to be the main theme. Mostly cloudy conditions continue, and in southwest Montana, we're likely just going to stay cloudy for Tuesday and Wednesday, but northwest, west central Montana, that active weather will persist. We're talking mountain snow, valley rain, snow levels anywhere from about 3,500 feet to 4,500 feet. So most cases about 4,000 feet, but we'll see that fluctuate up and down, especially during the morning and overnight hours. But pass level, especially towards Lookout, Lolo, maybe even Marias passes, if we are going to see some travel impacts, it'll be in that overnight period. Not expecting too much in the way of impact just because surface temperatures have been on the warmer side, but that is a possibility. Then we get into Thursday and Friday and likely continuing actually into Saturday and Sunday. Those showers will be continuing in multiple waves of moisture. Snow levels will be falling, so especially as we get into Friday morning, I think that gives us right now our best window to see some light snowfall down in the valleys. Still not expecting much in the way of accumulation. Most valleys are going to be less than an inch. Best chance for any accumulation into Friday morning will likely be across southwest Montana, but as well as for valleys along the divide. We have a little bit of time to watch the southwest Montana. Some models are tracking the storm a little further south into like Nevada and Utah, which would keep most of the accumulations on the lighter side. Others are tracking a little further north towards Idaho and Wyoming, and if that were to happen, we could see a little bit more enhancement down towards places like Bozeman, Butte, West Yellowstone, Big Sky. So we'll watch that as we get into the middle parts of this week, especially for that Thursday and Friday time period. So I think with that, I am going to start wrapping this up. Again, I'll spin this back around so you can see those recapped headlines. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Active weather is really the main story. Rain in our valleys, snow in our mountains, and then gusty winds will continue, especially for southwestern Montana. Not only for, say, the next 2 to 3 days, but likely the next 5 to maybe even as many as 7 days, all the way into St. Patrick's Day Monday. Hopefully, again, that we stay dry for that. I would be perfectly okay with that, but going back to the percentage chances of precipitation. Overall, for the next couple of days, 40 to as much as 100% likelihood of those rain and snow showers, especially west of the divide. It's this really from this window on that southwest Montana gets involved with it. But until then, that is roughly what we are looking at. So again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I'll be back on for another YouTube Live tomorrow night, roughly about this same time. At least that's what I'm expecting. With more updates, probably similar types of impacts, but with a little bit more detail as we head into that Wednesday, Thursday storm, compared to what I can do now. Just as still a couple of days out, there's still some factors and influences in the atmosphere that'll kind of be ironed out in forecast models of the next 24 hours. But again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any photos or videos that you'd like to share of today's showers or any of these rain and snow showers throughout the week, certainly feel free to share those with us at nbcmontana.com/chime-in. Tune in to our live broadcast at 10 tonight. We'll have the latest news and weather updates, me and Laurel Staples at the anchor desk. And then, of course, as I always bring up, certainly tune in tomorrow morning to NBC Montana Today with Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster and Jason Hurst starting at 5. And they'll have all of the travel updates. And if we're seeing any of those impacts of those mountain passes tomorrow, especially close to the I-90 corridor, 50 miles north or south is going to be that focus for tomorrow morning specifically. So thank you all for watching. Have a great evening. Stay safe. And I will see you all on the next one. With NBC Montana, I'm meteorologist Mitchell Combs.